NASS is a great resource for me and the folks in my office. It's not just about me, it's about the entire team. Our security folks, our comms folks, our policy folks in different areas. But it's a real great way to get together, find best practices across the country, adopt what we can, share what we've got, and it just helps us serve our constituents better.
Well, it's a great opportunity to have a lot of different people, different backgrounds, come together, professionals in our field, and we get to share great ideas and tap their ideas and bring them back to our state so we can be better at what we do. And I think we can't get that in just anywhere. And this is a group that's been around for over 100 and some years and growing. And I think it's a great opportunity for my colleagues to grow in their own professions.
You know, it's the people. I love my colleagues. I think they're amazing human beings. I love the staff at NASS. I love the Secretaries staff, and I think just being able to come together. And I think because we share such a unique role in this country and the work that we do, there are not very many people that can really understand, you know, the highs and lows, the stresses and victories. And so having people that you can really bond with and share those stories with and vent to and cry to and celebrate with is really meaningful.
Well, where else are you going to go to hear the wit and wisdom of Paul Pate? The guy's across the river from me, but I come to NASS to hear his wit and wisdom. But there are other things too. The subject matter expertise of NASS is very impressive. It goes broadly across all the areas that secretaries are required to be on top of. The staff of NASS is terrific in keeping us informed, keeping us together. It's a tremendous resource for secretaries of state. And of course, there's the relationships that you build with other secretaries, comparing notes about issues that we all have. And it also provides an opportunity to cross the partisan divide.
Resources and our ability to reach out to NASS and the professional staff and get information. And we have a new staff, and I'm brand new, 6 months into the job. And so it's been an incredible resource anytime we have to reach out and ask a question about any of the areas where we're responsible for in the state of Rhode Island.
Everything. And I'm sure everybody says the staff. Obviously, staff is great. Being president, it means I get extra staff. I really like that. But I love my colleagues. I can talk to Paul Pate, who was a secretary in the early 2000s. And then I can talk to new colleagues that when they just campaigned, the issues they dealt with were completely different than when I first ran in 2018. So to have that collaboration, and you know, you see your friends retire, and it's whether I've spent many years in the legislature, it's sad to see your friends go, and it means it's gonna be harder to see them. But you continue to fill that vacuum with other quality relationships, and as a secretary, you now have a national network.
Nowhere else in my professional life is there such a safe space to come together for honest conversations with fellow professionals from both sides of the aisle. NASS brings together Democrats and Republicans from across the country, and we share professional advice, expertise, tips. That is so invaluable.
First top memory coming here in 2018, first winter conference luncheon, Margaret Smith Chase Award. I was in awe, just being surrounded with the honorees, members from the Little Rock Nine, who were brave, who stood for justice, and for everyone to be treated equal.
So many of the great conference memories have to do with shared experiences that we all had. It's not necessarily this or that particular committee hearing or committee room or anything like that. It's shared experiences, often at the summer conference, whether it's a group lobster bake or a group outing to a sports stadium or just one-on-one meetings. Also with Secretaries of State are a good opportunity.
Having a convention in Maine is just the pinnacle of what any secretary can have. Maine is such a fun state, and so kudos to Maine for putting on a good convention when I happened to be in the office, so it was great fun.
In 2019, just having gone on the international delegation with various secretaries to Israel. It was one of the most endearing and meaningful personal experiences to me. And again, it was just a wonderful time.
I haven't had my favorite NASS conference memory yet, but I will soon because it will be the election of Scott Schwab as president.
Well, I hope I'm not around. NASS will continue to have a voice as it relates to Secretaries of State. This position for our states it's not going away. We have always played a vital role, and we continue to play a vital role. And you cannot have this many secretaries without a dialogue with each other. And conference calls are convenient, but face-to-face relationships is really what makes all of our territories and our states better.
I do not have a crystal ball. I mean, obviously we're going through really challenging times in our country and in the world right now. Politics is extremely polarized, but NASS being the oldest bipartisan organization for elected officials in the country, I think means something. And I think if we can continue to use NASS as a place to come together and talk and focus on what we agree on and what we can agree on and how we can get to agreement, that is going to be incredibly meaningful for the future.
Oh, that's difficult to predict. My background is in history, and if there's one thing from studying history my whole life is that you never know what's around the corner. But with an organization like NASS, it makes it all the more, I think, beneficial to the states, secretaries, lieutenant governors, and all the rest to help navigate through the days ahead.
I don't see it changing. I think it's great the way it is, very collaborative. I hope that it remains that way.
Take advantage of NASS. When you have the different folks from different states around the country, again, that may do things a little bit differently. You can learn from them, bring those things back to your state, make your state even better. So the collective experience of dealing with people from different parts of the country, the experiences that they've gone through that you may not have had, but that you can learn from them, that was really important. And so I just encourage all of our new members to build those friendships with the secretaries from around the country and rely on them to help you learn your job a little bit better.
The NASS staff just can't be beat. And we did just give 2 15-year awards to folks today. And that just shows the stability of the organization. It's just professional in every sense of the word, and that's what makes it so enjoyable to come. We don't have those issues of planning and coordinating. We just get to come here and take advantage of the subject matter expertise, the fun times in the evenings, that sort of thing. It's just a great organization.
So my advice, my tips and takeaways are really enjoy it and have fun. At the end of the day, that's another aspect of NASS is it's tremendously fun. And I can't not do this interview without a shout out to Leslie, whose leadership makes NASS feel in some ways like a family. She is so welcoming and inclusive toward everyone and really wants everyone, no matter who they are, what state they represent, where they are in their careers, to feel welcome and included at NASS. And that is a huge takeaway.
Bring your staff. Don't be that secretary that only brought a few people. Bring as many as you can to this event, because I think it would be very helpful for you, for your office, and it's going to be helpful for them too, for professional development.
NASS membership provides us wealth and depth of subject matter knowledge in the whole wide range of responsibilities the Secretaries of State have. And it is the building of these relationships with other secretaries that can be so helpful to us all.
One tidbit and takeaway is that every once in a while, you'll get a really, really great, generous secretary who will come with some kind of treat for everybody. And I think that's awesome. So at some point, there might be a little cactus candy in everybody's future, maybe.
It's just been a terrific experience, and I'm just so grateful to be here and to learn from my colleagues.
I hope everybody, NASS and NASS staff, take full advantage of what's available through this organization. If you don't come and don't participate, or don't get on the conference calls and don't participate, kind of shame on you, because Leslie and the team that she's put together are extremely helpful, extremely nonpartisan, extremely knowledgeable.
I've been able to, again, establish relationships and better get to know my national colleagues and share some good lifelong memories along the way.
I think NASS has done so much so well in terms of connecting and knitting together these communities.
I'll always say that politics is a contest of who can be the most humble. NASS will keep you humble because just when you think you're the best Secretary of State, somebody will remind you